Hey, listeners, we're back with the Peasants Podcast this week, and we have a spooky episode in the works for everybody. We have Helen and Charlie.
Woo!
Hello.
And we have Nick and Alex.
Yes, sir. Awa.
So I'll be pushing some buttons today, and I'm going to host the show, so we'll see how this goes. So our first story is kind of controversial. We have the new Lightyear movie that dropped their trailer, and the response has been mixed. Some people are, really into it, and some people think that Buzz Lightyear looks like a cop that's about to turn off his body camera. How do we feel about the new Buzz Lightyear?
Listen, I am a Toy Story stan, and I think Buzz Lightyear is the most flawed character. Well, actually, no, Woody is, then Buzz. But Buzz is an asshole.
Hot take.
Buzz is an asshole.
No.
Woody's horrible, but Buzz is also an asshole.
Explain yourself. Why is Woody the worst?
Woody is the worst because he's literally a jealous piece of shit.
No.
Period.
Buzz?
He gets mad at Buzz because Buzz is better than him in every single way possible. Woody's literally what is he? A cowboy. Huh?
No. Let me just say that Buzz chased after Woody because he sought out the friendship.
Exactly.
He has a good heart.
Right. Buzz is the bigger person.
So, okay, but you still said that Buzz was not a good person in the start of your
But that's why I
argument.
like him. But that's why I like him, though.
Oh,
okay,
there
you
it
didn't let me
is.
finish. I like Buzz because he's a flawed person. I like Woody. I don't like Woody because he's too flawed.
You know,
I don't get your argument one bit.
Me either. But
Yeah. I
the
don't
new
understand my
Lightyear
argument.
movie, I think that he looks a little he's like an attractive older little action figure. I think he's got they animate him well. They didn't make him look bad. He's like a good age. I don't know. he's cute pie.
He's
Charlie has a thing for
Buzz.
older
Fully a-
spacemen.
He's a
Confirmed.
35-year-old man in an
But-
animated movie.
When you did say turning off the camera, I do see that now, which is red flag nation. So
It's
That
a
is
little
absolute
gritty.
Red flag nation.
that is big red flag. Yep.
You know what? I'm excited. I think it's going to be a really good movie. I feel like the last few Disney movies lately have been too PG or just like Soul. I did not like. I thought it was like a waste of my time watching that movie.
I didn't.
A lot of people loved it too, and I was disappointed in it.
And then the one with like the brother and the two brothers and like the dad.
Onward?
Yeah.
I did not like it either. Like
Mm.
it just
what did
was
you
not.
guys think
It was
about
just
Luca though?
Luca was a
Luca
was
spectacular
good,
movie.
yeah.
That was like the first
Spectacular.
Disney movie I've seen in a while that was actually like good and it
Same,
hit
yeah.
hit a spot.
But otherwise, they're just too predictable. But I think Lightyear's a good movie that you don't really know the plot. Even from the trailer, I don't know exactly he travels space, but you don't really know what happens. You see a woman, Buzz Lightyear, maybe they're, you know what's gonna happen.
I don't think it's.
Yeah.
I think it's just the astronaut uniform that they wear. I don't think it's a woman Buzz Lightyear.
Nick doesn't think that women can be astronauts. It's okay.
Oh.
All
No
right.
comment.
In 2021?
So, but
Not
another thing about Lightyear that me and Nick were having an extended conversation on because
Which you were wrong about. Let me just clarify.
I was wrong because I didn't understand what we were talking about because it's so meta because Buzz Lightyear is both a real person and not a real person. Like we watch Buzz Lightyear, but so is Andy watching Buzz Lightyear.
Right. So the way it was Toy Story, the movie, was based on the toy of Buzz Lightyear, which was based on the person, Buzz Lightyear, which this movie is based on. But the TV show on Disney Channel, like Buzz Lightyear's Adventures or whatever, that was basically the same TV show that Andy was watching through his eyes when he got the toy for Toy Story.
So technically, it's like we're with Andy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Exactly. And so this Lightyear movie is like the what is it? Autobiographical, whatever.
Yeah, that.
English. Of why he became a toy, like why he became such an important person to become a toy.
I like that.
Right?
That's really cool.
How
I do like
meta.
that.
What about Woody? What did he do? Wrangle some cows?
There's a snake in my boot.
Literally,
I
have a
don't
snake in
know.
his boot? No. I'm here for all the Woody slander. I don't like him.
So let's move into some. Let's get some spooky on here. I was looking at an article about the top haunted states in America. What do you all? I guess you all looked at the notes. You have opinions on this?
Oh yeah.
So we'll start with number 3. Number 3 was Ohio. Thoughts on
I don't
that?
know. It seems like an abandoned state. I don't really know.
Ohio-
So it just got ghost
Ohio's,
all up in
like,
there. I don't
irrelevant.
know. Irrelevant.
Number 2 was California.
They've got.
Okay.
It's a big state. It's. I feel like Florida should be number 3 and California should be number 2 because it's a big state. There's a lot of like, there was the gold people,
True.
Gold Rush.
I'll say,
gold rush. There
California
was
has a lot of known things. Alcatraz.
Native Americans.
They have the
Alcatraz.
hotel.
Alcatraz,
What's
yeah.
the hotel that had the
Cecil,
Netflix?
the Cecil Hotel.
The Cecil Hotel.
True.
Yes, I believe that.
I want to throw Tennessee on this list, and here's why.
Give us 3 paragraphs.
Okay.
Background.
So in Tennessee, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this like real life haunted house that you have to sign a release form
Yes,
to
it's
go
like
into.
the multi-day one, right?
The 3-day long, you have to
Yes.
sign the release form to go into
Oh,
this
yeah.
house. You list 5 of your worst fears, and you can't you can have one safe word to get out, but
But so is this like people? Is this like actual people scaring you? Or is this
actual
supposed to be like?
people live in the house, and you get all 5 of your worst fears in 2 days.
So it's not actually haunted then.
Yeah, no ghost.
It is.
Yeah.
It's an old abandoned mansion that they're in.
Okay.
So
Just-
like there is paranormal activity. But all of your fears, like
It sounds like Black
Dot,
Mirror.
dot,
That
dot.
one
literally
episode
sounds.
Bum,
with that
bum,
with that
bum.
guy, he did like he
Yes.
went into that technology thing where he had all of his fears played out, and he like died in like 0.6
They
seconds.
say like only 20% of people make it through the 3 days that you're in there.
That's not a lot. Do you know? Is it popular? A lot of people went.
It's like I think like 40,000 people sign up, but you have to have a physical before you go in. Your heart has to be
Yeah.
tested.
My heart would
Like,
literally
all of
explode.
this.
Yeah, no. My biggest fear about going to any haunted houses is like having a heart attack because I feel like I'm always on the edge of like just
But
fully
also like
collapsing.
Tennessee. Think about all the rural abandoned towns in Tennessee. Like
That's true.
to me, those are the most haunted towns.
So you're telling me Tennessee isn't just Nashville? There's more than just
I know it's
Tennessee.
shocking, absolutely shocking.
No.
Well,
But like mountain towns, like old, abandoned, like rickety towns like that.
so
don't
number
know.
1, and number 1 was kind of took me by surprise was Texas.
I read up on this. I did a little research to see what was so scary about Texas because I literally have never heard of Texas being
What's scary is that it's so big.
okay. Nick.
Facts.
That is true.
What's scary is the very low home prices in Texas.
But there was one, and it was talking about Texas A&M University, how there was this old like butcher room that they had to show kids how to. I don't know. They were
I saw this on
demonstrating
TikTok the
something.
other
Yeah,
day.
they were demonstrating something, and the professor was cutting open like a pig, and he cut the knife toward him, and he cut his artery, or he cut like his. I don't know. It's right by the artery by your groin. I don't know.
The
So-
femoral.
Femoral, yes. So he like started bleeding out, and then when his assistant came in, they called an ambulance, but it was too late. And all the
Yeah.
janitors say they hear spooky stuff in the campus, and I just imagine being a student. I could not watch. That would be
Me
awful.
either.
Well, I mean, I think just like Texas is just like California. Like it's such a big state with such an old history. There was a lot of
Alamo?
Alamo. Yeah, there's a lot of Native American like abuse
That's
and like
what they had said.
and
yeah.
also
that's true.
slavery. Slavery. Also, all these southern states have like a lot of slavery backgrounds, which I would not be surprised attribute to a lot of the paranormal activity.
True.
Good point.
Also, Matthew McConaughey is from Texas.
Mm.
He's pretty spooky.
Yeah,
Love
he is a
that.
spooky
He's
person.
a spooky character.
All right.
All right, all right, all right, all right.
Have any of you guys had any paranormal activities yourself?
Honestly, no, I haven't. Have you?
No, I just always at my old house. I just always like felt like there was someone in my there. I just felt a presence, and I knew I wasn't. I would run up the hall at night. I would flash my camera behind me because I just felt like the creeps behind me. But
Mm-hmm.
I know you do,
I
and
agree.
I'd love to hear it.
I
wanna hear
have-
Nick's
okay.
special story.
Yes.
I have a ghost in my house. My mom is very like paranormal and stuff. I'm not really. I just like there's been very limited experiences I've had. But when I was younger, we were in Boston and I saw my mom and I saw a ghost that we thought was my stepdad in the room.
Stepdad.
Yeah, stepdad, no longer my stepdad, my former
May
stepdad.
he rest in peace.
He's not dead, but he is to me.
Oh.
So we thought he was in the room, and we came back, and we were like, "Hey, why were you in here for so long?" He was like, "I was not in here. I was in the shower for like an hour." And we were like, "That's weird." Okay. So then we remember this guy being a tall, slender, kind of baldish man, just like my stepdad was. So whatever, kind of forgot about it. We moved into my new house of when I was in high school, and I'd be doing like homework, and my dining room table looks at like the hallway that connects the rooms in my house, and I would always see my cats run away, and then right behind them was like this like tall, slender shadow, tall man, kind of looks like Slender Man, but like not.
Oh my gosh,
like,
Slender Man.
Not super tall,
TBT,
not super scary, but like, you know, tall in a suit. And I asked my mom about it. She was like, "Oh, you've seen that too?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I didn't tell you because I thought you'd get scared and like you'd start seeing it." And I was like, "What is it?" She was like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure it's just like my grandfather or just someone here." And I do
casual. Like,
yeah, and I do think that's true because like I never felt like threatened or scared by it. Like when I saw it, I'm a very frightful person. I literally just got scared 5 minutes ago walking to the studio by Kirsten. But like I'm not a very frightful person. When I saw the ghost, I was like, "Oh, okay." Like back to my homework. So yeah, I was always in my house, always kind of in the shadows, but I don't feel personally like I'm in danger. I'm kind of just like
Spooked.
Yeah,
there
I
he
mean,
is.
as the token witch talk person in this
Yes.
office,
Agreed.
I mean, let's be real. A lot of spirits aren't here to do harm like you see in horror movies. They're just kind of either having fun, they're bored, or they're just like checking on you. Like I mean, they're normal people most of the time that are just hanging out. So I mean, I've personally never had any paranormal. My friend had some crazy pictures when she was a kid with her arms around some like smoky figures, and she showed me them. Her parents like swore
That
up and
is
down,
crazy.
and this was before Photoshop and stuff. This was back when I was like 8 maybe.
So was that 1950?
Oh my gosh.
You're just
It was like
1930.
Like 3 years ago, maybe like 2017. I don't know.
2000.
That was 3 years ago?
You were probably
2002.
one.
I was one. I was a 1-year-old.
I'm too old for this podcast. Alex, have you had any paranormal?
Yeah, I have actually.
Whoa.
So I was living in Pennsylvania. I was in
Pennsylvania.
elementary school at the time. And so I lived in Malvern, Pennsylvania. That's kind of near Valley Forge.
Okay.
So we had just gotten back from Atlantic City. My dad had gotten this like North Carolina blue like sweatshirt.
Yeah, the blue, yeah.
Yeah,
Carolina
right.
blue.
And so I saw him in the kitchen. I was going to bed and I wanted to ask him for some water before I went to bed. Right? So I'm calling out to him, "Hey, Dad. But oddly enough, he was just like not responding to me at all. So I kept saying like, Dad. And I was following him around the kitchen. I had an island in my kitchen, so I was following him around the island. I didn't see his face because he was wearing the hoodie and he was just kind of turned away. So I was following him, and then he opens the door to the basement. And weirdly enough, he doesn't turn on the light.
Like the door opened?
Yeah, like
He
Okay.
opened it.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And I see him walking down into the basement, into the literal darkness, the void. And right at that point, I'm screaming, "Dad!" And I hear my dad's voice from all the way upstairs. He's like, "What?" "I'm in the bathroom." So then at that point, you know, I'm skedaddling. I'm running.
So scary.
I ran upstairs to my parents' bedroom and I stayed there. My dad came out of the bathroom and they investigated. We had a knight in my house. So he grabbed the sword from the knight and he walked down into the basement and to investigate, and they just did not find anything.
Did he have his hoodie with him?
No, he had taken it off. It was upstairs.
Whoa.
And the door was still open to the
What?
basement?
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
It was weird because it
That
looked
is
like my dad.
so weird.
Yep.
Did it have its hoodie on, or was it just like at the back of the?
No, it was just turned away.
That's crazy.
Just turned away.
That's a good one.
I have
That's a
heard.
good one.
I have heard that like when there's like a ghost. What is it?
The same.
A twin ghost. A twin ghost. Yeah.
Twin
where
of
it's like,
the...
and you see their face and you like interact with them face to face. That's usually a premonition of death for the person whose ghost you're seeing.
Whoa.
But your dad's still
But your dad's
staying
still alive.
alive.
He's alive.
And I'm pretty sure it's
Staying
because you
alive,
saw his. You
staying
didn't see his
alive.
face. Okay.
That's good.
Little
Okay,
Court.
Fifth Harmony.
Yeah.
Well, now you have to find the harmony, but you got it.
We're working on it. Yeah.
Hey, did you guys actually cover any marketing or advertising content?
Absolutely not.
Joe, we're waiting.
We're
We're like
being
mid
spooky.
podcast.
I understand. I'm just
We gotta
making
do
sure,
meta.
I'm just making sure we're hitting some useful topics. Is all.
We'll get some meta. We'll
Joe's
talk about
breaking the fourth
metaverse.
wall.
Yeah,
That's pretty
it's-
meta. That's meta in itself.
You can't trust the peasants alone. There could be a peasant uprising.
It's like he's in himself. He's truly
We
going.
He
really-
just wanted to show off his astronaut
really did.
costume.
Yeah.
Wait,
Let's see
can you come in here?
Give it
Show
a
the
little
material. Show the
360
material.
for the people.
Woo!
Hey!
All right.
Make sure useful content.
Okay.
For
Okay.
People who might
Okay.
listen.
Okay.
Who might?
Who might.
Okay.
Maybe.
In case people actually listen.
Okay. So what
Okay.
is marketing?
Okay. Let's
Back
just
to-
change
Yeah.
real quick.
The marketing of scary movies.
Yes, I was gonna say we have horror movies on the agenda here. You know what? I was actually noticing there's a really funny comeback with a movie. Jennifer's Body has made such an interesting
Mhm.
cult comeback. Why do you all think that these maybe older cult classic like horror movies hit different than what we're putting out today? Anyone?
I think Jennifer's Body was like one of a kind. First time. That's the first time I ever saw a scary movie, and I remember just being so like enthralled by Megan Fox just being like this like literal sex demon, but she was like I don't know, like there was just something so cool about it. And I think now like with our generation, there's that whole like redoing of the Y2K vibe.
Yeah.
And that movie was like the epitome of like Y2K horror movies because it was
Yes.
something. It was before like when people were like redoing Chucky and redoing Saw and it was like its own movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's also trending now because of Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah,
and Kourtney Kardashian.
absolutely.
Well, that's what
But,
I was
like-
about to say. Yeah, with like Kourtney Kardashian getting married to Travis Barker, and like they're best friends now.
Mhm.
Courtney and
Did
Megan
you see?
are.
Did you
The
see Megan
iconic-
Fox's?
The iconic
Yeah,
carpet.
iconic,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my.
But like that being so like relevant in the
Mhm.
media right now, I think that's like part of it. And she just did an interview with Machine Gun Kelly, and
Yeah,
she
it was the
talking
couples
about
related,
yeah,
yeah.
she was talking about her favorite movie she's ever done, and that she said was her favorite movie she's ever done. So maybe
Yeah.
that's part of it too.
It's a really good movie. I think right now like we've just strayed too far from like what made a horror movie so good, which was like it was one of a kind, it was new, there was nothing like it, and now it's just like remakes and like just really shitty like
predictable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
predictable.
Yeah, you know what to
There's
expect.
no psychology
hidden-
in
yeah.
Yeah.
horror movies anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
What is the recipe for a good horror movie?
All right, I have a hot take because I hate horror movies,
me
but
too.
some of them scare me so bad,
Mhm.
and only the ones that are like real life now scare me. So like,
Yeah.
I remember the first like scary. This isn't a horror movie, but it was this first like scary movie I saw was The Call,
Oh, okay. I heard
and
about
that's
that.
the first one that like freaked me out because
Oh, wait.
anything that's real life that could happen to me and that's
Yeah.
not necessarily paranormal
Mm-hmm.
So-
because
Like pretty much it was about this girl who was like
Yeah.
alone in this cabin in the woods, and she just kept getting this call, and it would just be like a breath on the call, and that's pretty much like 40 minutes of the movie. And then it just keeps, repeating,
Mhm.
and then it just like all hell breaks loose in the last, where that's predictable. Like you can be home alone and someone could like try to axe murder you. Like that's freaky.
yeah.
Yep.
Like if there's that psychological like torment, that is what makes a good scary movie. Like it's
Mhm.
really freaky, and you just are like, I have no idea what to do.
That's
think
why
that's
people
good.
get so scared after
Yeah.
watching
Oh yeah.
certain movies. I think too.
I honestly have always been kind of scared by like demons and possession stuff. So that's my like,
Yeah.
movies where it's like yeah, it just like scares me. Yeah. So that's why Jennifer's Body kind of got me so good because it's like a demon
Mhm.
like possessed this girl. Now she's like a vampire demon eating person.
What's everybody's scariest movie they've ever seen? I think mine is probably the Saw franchise in general. It's just torture porn, like it's
Mhm.
just not.
But that scares you?
I mean, I haven't watched it since I was in high school, but like I was like
Grossed out.
grossed
yeah.
out. I think I was so
Yeah.
disgusted.
It's like unnecessarily
Yeah.
yeah. I know
Yeah.
what you mean.
What about y'all?
I mean, The Conjuring, that's like a basic when that came out. I'm sure
Mhm.
everyone was just so enthralled with that. But
Mm-hmm.
now that I've watched it like 10 times, I'm excited to see when the things happen. But
I think mine's Annabelle.
oh,
Yeah, I
yeah,
never saw
that one.
Yep.
Mine's probably this one called Hush.
Oh,
It's
Hush.
about a deaf writer who lives
Yeah.
in the woods, and
Yeah, that's good.
a murderer comes along.
Mm-hmm.
But she can't like.
And yeah, she's deaf, so she can't really.
The only thing that can help her is like she feels the vibrations of her alarm in the floor, and that's how she knows someone ends up breaking in.
That's
Mm.
crazy.
Yeah, that one's really different too. So
Mhm. That's an original idea, I think.
I think the scary movies I've ever seen is the Lego movie. It just
Shut up.
I don't
get out
know.
of here with that.
I don't really like horror movies. I like Scream. I like the first Scream a lot. I think it was
Yeah, I like
really
Scream.
good. Like cult classic.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
Cult like Midsommar. That was
Midsummer.
Summer.
Midsummer.
Summer.
Midsommar. Just
Midsommar here.
it's
It
just
was just
Midsummer.
like unsettling. It wasn't scary. It was just like
Yeah.
kind of just like, what the heck am I watching?
Left you with questions like,
A lot of questions.
Hello?
Yeah.
I like all of Ari Aster's movies. He has really good. He did Hereditary,
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Those
that
I
one
feel
was
like are
good.
really.
and he had this other short movie when he was younger in college, which is really disgusting. It's like about like family incest and rape. It's like really gross, but it's like he has really good movies.
Hmm.
So
Weird.
highly recommend Ari Aster, everyone.
Well, we're gonna shift this a little bit more in a marketing aspect. What about your favorite and the worst Halloween candy?
My favorite Halloween candy.
Oh. Hot topic.
Hot topic. Candy corn. And it's such
Oh,
an unpopular
no.
opinion, and I look
No.
forward to it every single
No.
year.
I like candy corn too. I think
I
it's
love
good. It's not my
candy corn.
favorite, but like I don't. It gets a bad rap.
I
My
think
least
after
favorite-
4, I'm done for the year.
Okay,
You know-
leave
Yeah.
me alone.
So
My least
sorry.
favorite, licorice.
Ooh.
Like what? Like red vines or like licorice?
Any.
Oh,
Twizzlers.
But like
Twizzlers aren't
Twizzlers aren't
bad.
real licorice.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
like no, like nothing like that. No
about, like-
consistency like licorice. None of it.
Whoppers just aren't great. They're
I
all
like
like
Yeah.
Whoppers.
they're just
They
like
don't make them as good as they
they're
used
just-
to.
yeah,
they
they're
used to be really good. Now they like taste
Agreed.
like
the milk chocolate
sand.
is gross. It just mm-mm.
I don't
They're
like. I don't like
dots.
dots. I hate dots.
I hate
Oh, me
dots
too.
and Swedish.
They just all
favorites.
taste-
Oh wait,
Oh,
whoa,
I like
whoa, whoa,
Swole,
Swedish
back
I know,
fish.
I know. I'm
Fish,
sorry.
Back
I'm
it
sorry.
up.
Hold
That's
up.
wrong.
Mm-mm.
No, but dots just like they're so gummy and like they're
Yeah.
not like a good gummy. Like they
They
get stuck
stick
on your
to you, yeah.
teeth.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. I'm just milk chocolate is not my favorite. So
Mm.
I'm really not liking all the white chocolate
Mm-mm.
makes of
I don't like
candy.
white
Oh, I
chocolate.
hate white
when-
chocolate.
That's just
you
not
know,
what it's
you know it's
supposed
not
to be.
real chocolate. Like that
Oh,
just has
it's not.
cocoa
No.
butter. That's
That's
it.
why it's so gross.
It's disgusting.
No.
Oh, I'm not into it.
I am really into Almond Joys. That's like my
Okay.
go-to.
A little nutty.
I like those.
Little nutty, little coconutty,
Right.
little chocolatey.
Alex, what you got?
You don't see them a lot, but they're called Take Fives.
Oh, those are
whoa.
so
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Throw
it has
it
like I think it's like
back.
pretzel. There's
Yeah,
caramel.
they're really
chocolate,
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like hitting the jackpot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is that the same thing as a payday?
No.
Not
Mm.
really.
I don't know.
A candy I really don't like is those now and laters.
I like those.
I don't like.
I
I've
do like
never
those.
heard of those.
I don't even know how to.
Aren't they kind of like a Mike and Ike?
Oh.
Yeah, they're like Mike and Ike's if you like maybe flushed them around the toilet
Yeah,
2 times and
agreed.
then put them in a box
That's
to dry.
exactly what they are.
Hmm.
They're like
Wow.
individually wrapped, right?
Or if you chew
Or-
them a little.
Yeah.
And they, the
Yeah.
paper doesn't fully get off of them, so sometimes
Yeah.
you have to eat the
yes,
paper.
Yes, exactly.
You know what? The other day I was eating a fruit roll up here at work, and I just like take a bite out of it, and I just ate plastic. Like I fully just swallowed
again.
plastic.
No.
Like it's just yeah.
And then the jelly beans with all the weird flavors they have coming out. I
Oh,
just
like
think
popcorn jelly
Oh
beans.
gosh.
Yeah.
Popcorn's
It's just-
okay.
popcorn I did
It's
mine as a
okay.
kid, but I just
They
don't.
have this pear one that's just really good.
I like the
Mm.
pear
A
jelly
pear
beans.
jelly bean. I
No.
don't think I've had
The
that.
bamboozle game. Have we all done that before?
We need to do that
We
on
need to do
this
that on the
podcast. That would be amazing. But you know what? I actually don't ever want to play Bean Boozled because I was driving my students back when I worked for Florida State University in a 15 passenger van. It was like 10:30 at night.
You
We're
were
on-
driving?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I was
wow.
driving. And they decided that they wanted to play Bean Boozle in like the back of the car, and I was like, yeah, whatever. And somebody ate the rotting fish one, and they went, and
Ew.
that
Yeah,
van.
the smells.
And so I
Gross.
rolled down the windows, and we're on I-10. If you're from Florida, you know. It just smells like straight manure outside. I literally almost just turned my head to just.
Yeah.
It was so bad. So
Yeah.
I would actually not play that game. Sorry. So a little
Scarred.
traumatized.
You'll be the moderator.
I love doing that. Any more spooky Halloween topics do we have? I think that was all I wrote down, and I have one more topic if we want to. It's not very spooky, but I thought it was interesting since we have a lot of college students sitting in the room.
Let's
Who, me?
Hit it. Yeah.
Okay, so the University of California at Santa Barbara is doing a new dorm hall. The dorm is going to be 11 stories, and it's going to house 4,500 students.
Holy cow.
That is a lot.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's a lot.
So the man that designed the plan, the blueprint, is 97 years old. He's a billionaire turned into an architect now. And he said that he is funding this completely as long as it is built exactly like the plans. And we'll insert some pictures of what it's supposed to look like. I'll pass it around to everyone. Take a look if you would like. They are all tiny little cabinet rooms, and they have no windows. They have a fake window, like the fake light. And it's supposed to encourage you to stay out of your dorm, and you can go hang out in the common areas. But it's getting a lot of flack because we've had construction people pull out of the project, and now people are like, this straight looks like a prison. So what would you college students live in a place like this?
I feel like it would just give me a headache being in that fake, like that dull lit room, like a cruise ship almost, with there's no window. I would. I'm all for having my own room, but 4,500 kids, like that is a lot.
And I appreciate the ingenuity because like I like having my ability to have my own room and whatever. But I lived in the dorm my freshman year, and I struggled from seasonal depression just from being in a regular dorm room with big windows and everything, like facing
and
the sun.
a roommate to keep you company. Yeah.
And like I still had seasonal depression because like it just gets so lonely and dark and gross in the wintertime with a window. So I can't even imagine what it's like by yourself in such a like small space. I don't know. I would not do that. And if I were UC Santa Barbara or whatever, I would not invest in this because like you kind of have to care more about your students' mental health, well-being nowadays than efficiency and like money saving status.
Yeah, even that little light stand by the bed that just looks like you're in a prison cot. Like absolutely not.
What if it was? What if you got a scholarship and could live there for free?
No.
Would that change?
I don't even think I could do that. My depression would be too bad.
Yeah.
I'm such a creature. Like, my room is my safe space, and my room being too small has also been like a problem for me. And if I don't have natural light, like I feel like a literal plant. Like if I don't have natural light, I get like I will.
It's just something about like your your circadian rhythm, just having the sun come in, seeing the sunset. If you don't have any concept of what time it is, that is like torture. That is awful. Literally awful.
No, I totally agree. I would. I mean, I don't know who this old man thinks he is. They can just be like, I'm gonna build this, but you guys have to.
He's off his rocker.
This sounds like a Squid Game scenario.
No, no.
What secret rooms does he have?
Yeah. No, like seriously, that's what I was thinking. And to that point, to maybe add a marketing element into it, is there a way that the University of California, Santa Barbara could go through with building this and market this as something cool? Could they change that, or is it just always going to seem like a prison? What would you maybe do for your marketing plan for that?
I would definitely offer it for a reduced price because that is just crazy. And then just kind of, emphasize the fact of so many kids are going to be living here. It's encouraging all those common areas. You can meet so many people and
like show the facilities that they have to offer.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure.
I mean, if it has like good, like if it has like a cool tech room and like printers and stuff that students actually like a library, I don't know, something helpful.
Yeah.
Then
you definitely have to market it as a place where you're not gonna be in your room. You're gonna be everywhere except
you're gonna be
the
in
room.
you're gonna be in the community of the building itself.
Your room is there for you to sleep in and nothing else.
Not even study like that desk.
It reminds me of one of those capsule hotels in Japan.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I could see that.
Alex, any extra thoughts?
Well, if I was in college, I would not probably stay in this. Nope. I mean, unless you're coming from out of state and you want to make friends, I guess this is a thing to try, but yeah, no, I don't like the idea of not having a real window.
Yeah. I think it's also interesting that like somewhere like, we know California is very populated. There's a lot of people there, but it's not like a city where you need to be living in a closet, I guess, is where I'm kind of.
Yeah, it's not San Francisco. It's not New York City. It's like LA, like Santa Barbara, that whole area is very like spread out, and they have a lot of space for a lot of things. So yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up with a hot take from everybody. Who wants to go first? Hot takes, or what are people sleeping on?
Hot takes.
What are people sleeping on?
I hate cinnamon brooms. Cinnamon brooms are disgusting, and they smell
that is
disgusting.
a hot take. That's a really hot take.
They smell like sneeze. They smell like a sneeze. Like
Yes.
it's so gross.
I think the large size ones are too much, but the tiny brooms that they sell at Trader Joe's,
Disgusting.
now
I can't get
that is
behind
still
them.
okay.
No.
I can't do it.
No.
Mm.
Mm-mm. Okay, my hot take is November 1st, I'll be listening to Christmas music.
That's a hot take too.
I
Don't
love
bring
that.
that in.
Sorry,
I
but
love
I will.
that.
I agree.
I will be
will.
doing
I
the
agree.
same thing.
I will.
You know,
September 1st, I'll listen to Christmas music.
the
Yeah.
pandemic really shifted my whole opinion on Christmas. I liked Christmas, but now I love Christmas
Oh,
because
yeah.
it puts you in a good mood. And
Mhm.
like, I mean, last year I think I was at this point, I think I had my tree up because I was like, I just want some pretty lights in my house. It makes me smile. Like,
It's the nostalgia of the music too. Just
Mhm.
hearing it just puts you in a feel good, happy family mood.
Yeah.
And that is
Silly
just
goofy.
silly goofy mood. Silly goofy Christmas mood.
I have a hot take. You know those sugar cookies that you get with like the little stickers that are seasonal? You like make the little
Oh,
sugar
from
cookies.
Pillsbury.
Yeah, from
Yes.
Pillsbury.
Not good.
Not good.
No.
I love them.
I don't like
the
sugar
dough, but
cookies.
cookie
Shut
dough.
this whole show down.
Oh my gosh.
Sugar cookies are not good.
The
Agreed.
cookie dough though for it, like before baking it, it's really good.
That
Can't get too
that is
sweet.
true.
Sorry.
Too sweet. Not good enough.
Mm-mm.
Do
Next.
you have a hot take, Kirsten?
Yeah, let's hear your
Yeah,
hot
what's
take
your
since
hot
you keep crapping on all of ours.
I was not crap.
That is shitting on it.
I just said those cookies
She
are
supported my
delicious.
Christmas movement, so I'm happy.
Sheesh, hot take.
The movie Grease is not the best movie of
Oh,
all time.
Grease is a horrible movie.
Grease needs to stop with all the slander. It is a great classic movie.
It's a horrible movie. I'm sorry that
Okay,
you're dressed like
whatever.
Sandy, but it's not a good movie. Love your
Sandy-
costume though. You look great.
Yeah, she
Look
popped
great.
up.
Hot take. If you are going to college, you need to take a driving test, part of your admissions. I'm tired of
I
the
agree.
city.
Oh, that's a good
Especially
one.
if you go to FSU.
Oh my gosh. And then pedestrians need to have,
Pedestrians have their own
need to hear
course, too.
rules of when to yield and when to not yield.
When I was a freshman and I would like walk on campus, I'd be like, "Fuck these cars! I'm a pedestrian. They have to follow me."
That's what I
And
said.
now I'm a driver on campus, and I'm like, if these pedestrians don't chill the fuck out and stay in their lane, I swear to God. So that's just my multiple
You hear
personalities.
that, Florida State? If you're listening, you could really do something with your admissions process if you just had a tiny little driving test.
it is what it is
Little
till it
baby
isn't.
one,
Yeah.
please.
All right.
Alex.
Anyone?
What do I have a hot take?
Or something someone's sleeping on?
A pee.
What?
I don't have a hot take. I don't know if it's a hot take, but it's a rant kind of.
Let's go.
People who are blocking the intersection at a red light
Agreed.
and you
Oh.
can't even go, it pisses me off. That's
Yep.
my
Yep.
rant.
Real talk.
Yep.
Real talk. with
Karma's gonna
Alex.
get them.
Yep.
Karma's a bitch. Hope it gets you.
Okay. Well, that's our little. That's
Sorry,
our podcast for today. We hope that you are enjoying the peasant side of this, the working class of SDS, and just a little bit of a different vibe of record. If you like it, obviously listen more, subscribe. We're on all different sort of podcast channels, so we'll catch you next week, and maybe it'll be another peasants one, and maybe it will be a original of record with our bosses back. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.
Grrr.